Give it to you, don't worry. And finally, the Yoruba people have a saying that Ile Obatojo Ewa Lubusi, that a burnt palace gives rise to a more beautiful one. But that seemed not to be the case with the renovation of the National Assembly. The Senate Chief Whip, Senator Ali Ndume, has criticized the newly renovated Senate chamber as a work done haphazardly. Senator Ndume noted that the work is full of inadequacies in the sound system, poor seating arrangement, and absence of voting devices. This was after the project got billions of naira. Oh, I thought we had the story there. For some time, you know, when this assembly was inaugurated, the election and everything was done in that flat floor and everything. It was quite strange to look at the beginning, but we got used to it. But after some time now, they've gone back to their normal chamber and the green and the red chamber after they rehabilitated the thing. But Senator Ali Ndume, he doesn't hold back.
Yes, he tries to speak his mind all the time. You are not going to agree with him all the time, because some of those views can be extreme. That's his nature. There's nothing we can do about that. But in this case, he has seen what clearly was wrong about the rehabilitation. And even the Senate President in presiding did not disagree with him. The Senate President merely said, look, you cannot blame the National Assembly leadership for this. The FCDA is their landlord. FCDA was the one that awarded the contract and supervised the implementation, the execution of the contract. So what Akpabio is saying is, look, until we become our own landlords and we have autonomy, we have our own, we take charge of our building by ourselves, this sort of thing that has happened, there's nothing we can do about it. But I still believe that the contractor that got the job back in 2021 can still rectify some of those complaints, because they need to be able to vote either electronically or otherwise.
Sound system, they need to listen to.
Yes, you know, he said there was too much echo. You know, in some cases the mics were not even working. You know,
that's a technical issue.
Yes. So
if
we were not ready,
see the bill of quantity to be sure what was in the contract in the first place.
Okay, Gbenga is calling us from Abuja. Thank you for joining us, Gbenga.
Yes, good day. And you are welcome to Abuja. It's nice having you in Abuja. And one of these days, we look forward to host you, to give you the treat of Abuja. Then, the issue of cyber security, the levy, it's a good policy. It's to protect people. It's like an insurance that if I have an issue tomorrow and I got attacked and I lose some money, I can be compensated with some money. But the timing is not right. Number two is that there's not enough publicity, awareness about it. About the policy, that is the benefit you have from it. And then look for a time when things are relaxed, when the economy is good, they can now reproduce it. Or if not, let them amend the act and remove it.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Very valid observation.
Benjamin, they are complaining about poor sound system, poor seating arrangements, and absence of voting device, which is very critical.
Yeah, like I noted earlier, we needed to see the bill of quantity itself, the contract itself. What was the contractor meant to do? If that was not included in his contract, there's no way we can fault him for that. What he needed to do was simply tell the management, these are observations I think we need, and not blame a contractor for not doing what was not included in his contract. Besides that, was the job, the National Assembly, is it better than it was before? Is there an improvement? It may not look perfect anyway, but is there an improvement? Is there a specification that was needed and it got? There was a time where the National Assembly had no member with a physical disability. And on one of those occasions, they wanted to do, to celebrate the International World Disability Day or so. And some of them came there with wheelchairs, only to discover that they couldn't enter the chambers of the Senate.
It wasn't built
with that. A few years That year or the year after, I think they fixed it. They put in a ramp, and subsequently they got some members, 1 or 2 senators who came in with wheelchairs. And I think the building is not the Senate. Let's get good sound equipment. Yes, let's get people to do their job. But the Senate should be better than the building that we're looking at. That's my own view.
Rotimi is calling us from Abuja. Thank you for joining us, Rotimi.
Yeah, good evening. I want to speak on the issue of Nigerian police. Good evening once again. You discovered that... hello?
Go ahead, Rotimi, on air.
Thank you very much. We discovered that it is pathetic the situation we met the Nigerian police today in Nigeria. Your colleagues over there said they ought to be doing better. I disagree with you. I agree with Mr. Babajide because issue of funding connects to everything in Nigerian police. We talk about training. Are they well trained for combatants? These are the questions we are asking. Technology. Do they have enough technology to combat some of the threats in our country? These are the issues. Decentralization of the system. Before if something happens in the state, the governor, can he give directive? They wait for Abuja to give them directive before they enter where the threat is emerging. All these issues, are we talking about the decentralization of the power of the police? So that if the state, the National Assembly can come up with the laws that will enable us to enact.
Thank you, Rotimi. Thank you, Rotimi. So there was a time the National Assembly, it rained and it was leaking.
Yes, and those were the negative happenstances that pushed them to ask for renovation. And the people were saying, no, there was no need for this. But if you had that kind of situation,
they are mopping the floor.
It's a national
disaster. Where
national disaster. Now that video went viral.
Yes, they were mopping
people
the
are
floor.
saying all kinds of things. But I believe that even if the National Assembly had to allow a company from the FCDA, introduced by the FCDA, to do that project, to handle that construction, they should have even done some level of supervision, to look at the work done and ask themselves, because things like sitting arrangements,
yes, when you have names of ranking senators,
yes, they are not meant to be seated. They are not things that you can easily adjust. So what were they doing? Did they simply didn't bother about what was going on, about the quality of the work, or what was actually being done? Because now is complaining that this thing, there is no way that you could be deemed to have done a good job without the facilities for voting.
No,
because nearly
very important
on so many issues they have to vote.
They have to go vote, to go down the wire, and they have to vote.
Yes. So these things, discovering these things, some of them may want to be politically correct and not comment. But as you can see, even the Senate President admitted that yes, those observations were right. But look, it is not our fault. It deflected blame from, because of course Nigerians will not know who indeed awarded the contract, who supervised it and all that.
Yeah,
but I think they can still find a way.
Voting facility for a long time and they didn't use it. We know we want it to be there.
There's some issues.
They use it.
Do you understand?
During
the electoral act,
election,
that is
even in choosing their leaders, for example. They used it. It's not every time that you can resort to a voice vote.
But there are some
very that you can't resort to voice vote. I've even seen where they use voice votes and it looked like the nays had it, but they said it was
yes, that's the prerogative of the speaker. Or the Senate President. We just hear God.
But I also know that in process of contract, before you hand over a contract, somebody must come.
Maybe they didn't do that. Because if somebody cleared it, they will have made sure that everything was right.
I want to thank you, Benjamin Obiri. In spite of the short notice, we'll expect you back. We'll call you. We'll call you. And the maestro himself.
Thank you.
Babajide Kolade Otitoju. And that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast tonight at 11 p.m. Join us this Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout. On Sunday, we're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Ozubakun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.